What's good, everybody? TerraMaster here, and this is my review of the TerraMaster F4 210. So, as some of you know, I've been doing a lot more productive work with, especially with YouTube, but personal projects as well. And I've been looking for a solution to storage because I have several drives, but I needed to consolidate one spot where I needed to have like my media files for like personal stuff and like entertainment files like music, movies. I have a lot of photos too. So I was just looking for a solution to back up everything in my various machines as well as have something to back up my work to when all else fails. So I was looking into NASs, and I was just gonna originally I was just gonna get a 2-bay NAS. I was looking at the MyCloud EX2 Ultra, purchased it. I had two 8 TB drives. I was gonna be like, all right, this will do, and it didn't work. The bay that I had gotten, I ordered it from Amazon, was defective. Every time you tried to reset it, it just wouldn't reset. I couldn't set it up. So I ended up sending it back. And I started researching, and I found the TerraMaster, which was the same price for the 2-bay. But as I was looking into it, I was like, oh, okay, it's cool and all that. But then I saw this little hidden gem. They made a 4-bay for the fraction of a cost that any of the 4-bay out there. The Synology, the QNAP, all of them are like anywhere from 200 to 300 bucks. And this thing for 4 bays was 200 bucks. I was like, dude, I'm willing to buy 2 more drives to have a dope NAS, 4 bays, and not worry about storage for a little bit. So that's what I did. I went ahead and bought 2 more drives and got this little NAS. And I'm gonna be truthful. I'm okay with it. I'm quite satisfied with it. Now, disclaimer. I'm gonna put this out there. If you are a Mac user, I will say that this thing does not have a easy application for Time Machine or anything like that. You have to do a little workaround, which is really easy to do. You just got to make a sparse disk image and keep that mounted on the NAS drive to set up like your Time Machine backup. And I set mine up for like 4 TB because that's why I used to back up my Time Machine to my old 4 TB drive. So there you go. Not that hard, not that easy, but it does have stuff like transmission, which I haven't used yet. So it has both Plex and DNL media server. I've just been using the DNL. I'll probably move over to Plex when I start like some of my TV shows and stuff like that. I want to have that clean because what the DNLA media server is good and it works. And the best way to test that is on your PlayStation 4 because the Xbox, it'll pick up a lot of things that the PlayStation won't work. But what's weird is if you're really trying to stream your media to your PlayStation and you're not using like PlayStation Media Server or something like that, I highly recommend PlayStation Media Server. It works great. But if you're not using that and like say you're trying to do a flash drive or you're trying to do it off your network, a lot of times the PlayStation will not pick it up. So I'm quite happy that this little box picks it up, no problem, and works smoothly. However, I will say this, another disclaimer. If you're multitasking, say for instance, you're copying some files to the NAS drive, but you're also trying to watch a movie or listen to some music or stuff like that, you might get a hang up or it might not show right away until like the copying is like, it doesn't have to be done. It's got to be like kind of like 50%, 75% done. And then you can go ahead and use the feature to watch a movie or stream and stuff like that. I barely touched the surface with this NAS drive to be truthful. I've just been backing up stuff to it slowly, watching stuff off of it slowly. Those of you out there that do movies and stuff through other means like BitTorrent or stuff like Popcorn Time, you can set your folder straight to the NAS drive and it will go to that right away, just so you know. So I'm not condoning it, I'm just letting you know it will work. I've tested it, so, but yes, it will work. And I'm quite impressed. This is a nice little box. Now, yes, the total price of my setup, some of you might argue, Bree, you should have went ahead and bought a cheap desktop with a case and everything and build your own NAS. And you're not wrong. I've looked into that. And actually, to be truthful, I'm actually cheaper going this route than building out a system. And the only reason why I'm cheaper is everything, if you take in case, hard drives, processor, motherboard, all that is about the same. It's when you need to buy your, not even your RAM, when you need to buy your PSU for your computer to make it like a DIY NAS, that's what's going to make it a little bit more expensive than this little box right here. But that tells you something. It's very comparable. So yes, I could have spent that extra 50, 60 bucks or waited to get some B grade PSUs, some like EVGA and stuff like that, and did it for a little bit less money. But that goes to show you that, hey, I have an all-in-one package right here that's dedicated, and it's got the base and all that stuff, and it looks great. It fits under my little like end table right over here. It's pretty dope. Yes, for those of you who are system builders and stuff like myself, you could also just throw in the extra money and throw in the system. But I wanted something really nice so I could get the hot swap in. Because think about it, I'm talking about building a system without hot swap. So it costs even more if you want hot swap bays in your PC to go ahead and be like, oh, I need to pull this drive out, stuff like that, instead of shutting off the computer, going inside and pulling out and everything. So there you have it. So this little thing for 200 bucks, I would definitely recommend it. Now, yes, if you're doing multiple things on your server and stuff like that, I'm just basically using this as a file and media server. I might also use it as a web server. I'm looking into options for a website. It does have WordPress, so I can install WordPress on this thing and host right off of this thing, which is kind of nice. So I would say if you're looking for something on a budget, you got drives lying around already at the house, I would say just go ahead and go with this. Now, if you don't have drives lying around, but you're looking into building your own NAS, I would still recommend this. But if you're looking for a little bit more powerful hardware, stuff like that, you might want to go ahead and build your own. But this thing comes with a quad-core CPU, 1.4 gigahertz CPU, and the only thing that really sucks is the memory on it. It's only 1 gigabyte of memory, but then again, I'm not trying to like overload it like that, so I should be fine. Now, down the line, when I have more needs and everything, that 1 gigabyte stick of memory is going to kind of suck. But it is what it is. But I would definitely recommend this product. It's actually easy to set up. However, I would say that when you're setting it up, it will scare you when it's doing the drive check. It will show the drive check as, oh, some of your drives is good and some of your drives is bad. And I was like, wait a minute. I bought brand new drives. What's going on here? But we just go through the process, everything. I double checked it through Smart and all that, and then all your drives will show good. Very weird thing with that. And I will say sometimes when you're in the Linux terminal, not everything will come up right away. Sometimes you have to like kind of refresh. If you're doing another side note, if you're doing the DNLA media server, you can't do the regular. Um, the app has like a little file manager. You can't do the regular file manager while it's connected. You're gonna have to log back in, tell it to connect to file manager, and it'll ask you which folder to mount because it will create extra folders, but those folders are hidden and you can't see them except for the main folders that you have in there. So you have to do that, and then you can see the folders, and then you can mount to them to go ahead and move your media and stuff up there. But other than that, I'm quite happy with the product. Uh, it's been working great for me, and I'm hoping maybe within a year or two, I'll do a long-term review and see how it's held up over time to let you know how it has held up over time, and is it still a good product after a long-term period, or is it better to just go ahead and build your own PC to host and serve out all your files. But that's it for me. Peace, love, and stay excellent, everybody.